Okay, everybody, it's time for me to answer your questions here. This is the NNSCRA Q&A session, and I'm going to get started right away here. First question is going to be from BRN14 fan, aka Zach Buchanan. If they made waffles actually blue, how many would they sell? Well, I didn't think that would be the first question I would answer here on the Q&A session, but I'm going to answer it as honestly as I can. I think that would be an interesting twist. I think that people actually would go in for it because, hey, it's only food coloring. I don't think I would freak out eating blue waffles. I mean, I like waffles. Next question from Autobot Awesomeness, aka Justin Perry. If a baseball player robs a home run but falls over the wall into the stands, is it a home run or an out? Well, this answer is very simple. I'm going to say it as simply as I can. If the baseball player who catches the ball falls over the wall and then returns over the wall into the field of play with the ball in his glove, it is considered an out. However, if he falls into the stands and then while in the stands throws the ball back into the field to a teammate of his, it is considered a home run. The ball must remain in the glove and the player return to the field of play before the out can be recorded. Next question is from the account Second, aka Pichu. Favorite NNSCRA race? My favorite NNSCRA race probably was the NNSCRA 1 year anniversary. I don't remember what I called it. 1 year anniversary shootout. 1 year anniversary. It was the anniversary race anyway. The 1 year anniversary race of the NNSCRA. Closest finish in NNSCRA history. Right there between Barney Ward and Alex Felter. That was really exciting race for me to be able to commentate and everything. I think I was actually screaming at the top of my lungs. Next question is from Barney N. Ward, aka Barney Ward. Who is your favorite NASCAR driver? I actually have a top three. Number 3 is Jeff Gordon. He actually was my number 1 up about 2 years ago. I started being a NASCAR fan in 2002. From 2002 to 2009, Gordon was pretty much my all-time favorite driver, but then he has started to fall off. He's not winning as many races. He's kind of fading from the picture, so he's fallen down to number 3. Number 2 for me is Denny Hamlin. I like Denny Hamlin a lot, like his racing style. I like how he's not really an aggressive kind. And I also, my number 1 is Casey Mears. A lot of people probably find that strange, but that's the truth. Casey Mears is my all-time favorite driver, even though he is driving a, well, I guess it's now a 2-car race team, Germain Racing. But I pretty much became a Casey Mears fan back in 2007 because I really liked his paint scheme when he moved over to Hendrick Motorsports, that National Guard number 25, and I know that I'm not alone there. I'm talking to you, Matthew Rodriguez. Okay, next question from Barney Ward was, what made you start up your NR 2003 leagues that you currently run? 2 words, Sean Galligan. Sean Galligan, NASCAR stop motion guy, I ended up starting YouTube with doing stop motion races, NASCAR stop motion races with my NASCAR diecast over on the Batcave Club channel. But then I stumbled across Sean Galligan's Craftsman Car Series season 1. I ended up joining, driving the number 45, and pretty much from that point, I wanted to be able to do NR 2003 series. So I actually asked Sean Galligan, how do I get NR 2003. I was able to get the demo, but not the full season. He helped me get it. I was able to install it, and that's how the NR 2003 leagues, the NSRA, actually got started. Next question is from Nerf Codename Ghost, aka Brandon Gonzalez. Where did you learn to edit videos so well? And have you ever gotten challenged to a rap battle? Well, I'll answer the first question first. Editing videos. I actually started editing the videos after I got Fraps, pretty much, because then I was able to transfer them into Microsoft Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, which is what I use to do my editing. Before that, I had my laptop, and then I also had a video camera. Well, the video camera was a DV camera, which had a little DV video cassette inside it. Once I was done videotaping the race, I would have to take the cassette, or actually the whole video camera, hook it up to my television, and record it again onto a DVD. Then I would have to take the DVD, put it into my computer, and edit it with VLC Media Player, and then upload it to YouTube. Long process, took a long time. Yeah, really annoying. But since I got Fraps, that's how I've been able to edit videos and everything, and there have been some features I've been able to add in there and everything, and pretty much it's been a learn-as-I-go kind of process as far as editing videos. His second question, Brandon Gonzalez's second question, ever gotten challenged to a rap battle? Well, I have written songs, but they're not really anything that you could rap to, and I think, quite honestly, if anybody ever did challenge me to a rap battle, they would kill me. I don't think I'd win. Okay, so I don't think I'd ever really venture to get into any kind of a situation like that. Next question is from Charles7847, aka Charles Jackson. What do you think of my series? Well, Charles Jackson runs, he actually did run 4 series. He had a, what was it? Was it an IROC series or something? He had some kind of a series where I think I ended up winning the championship in. Can't remember right off the top of my head if it was V8 mods or if it was IndyCar or if it was late models or if it was IROC. It was something like that, though. I think it may have been IROC. But ended up winning the championship there. But he has the Truck Series, Nationwide Series, and Sprint Cup Series, and I love watching those races. I really do. Which Daytona 500 was your favorite? I got 2 of them. And they are actually 2 of 3 Daytona 500s that I've actually seen since I became a fan in 2002 because I do not have cable or satellite. Yeah. No cable or satellite for yours truly, so no being able to watch races. I have to rely on MRN/PRN on the radio to be able to give me who's running where and who wins the race and all that. They do a good job, though. But my all-time favorite Daytona 500, I think, was the 2011 one, where Trevor Bayne ended up winning. I never would have thought Trevor Bayne was going to win that race. That was one of the most exciting races I ever saw. I was actually at a friend of mine's house, Mark George, who a lot of you know I ended up entering his name in for your series and stuff. I was there, Joseph Bryant was there, and I was there, and we were jumping up and down. We were screaming our heads off because it was something you never expected. But a very close second is the 2007 Daytona 500 when Kevin Harvick got Mark Martin at the line. Quite honestly, I would have liked to have seen Mark Martin get it, but it's in the past. Third question from Charles Jackson. How has the NNSCRA grown in the past year? It has grown by leaps and bounds. We are just about over the 1 year mark. We're at about, what, a year and a month now? I think we're about there. But it has come a long, long way, no doubt about that. It started out with me, a laptop, and a camera, and now there are, at least that I can think of off the top of my head, 10 different channels where NNSCRA races are going on. We have lots of members in the NNSCRA, and it has just come a long way. And I'll tell you what, a year ago, I would not have thought that we have come this far in the NNSCRA, and I'm just so pleased of how this has turned out. Okay, next question is from Mr. 14 Stewart 20, which I believe is Jake Rogers. Did you get a win in any series not including yours? Yes, I've actually got a little bit over 10 offline wins. I think it's 12 total. Well, actually, it would be 11 total because one of those 12 wins did come in my series, in the Snickers Cup Series at California, this Season 3. So, but I've ended up winning races over on Randy Orton Fan 2011's channel. I actually won a race yesterday on his channel. I've won races over on Dylan Poteet's channel. I've won 2 races, I think it is, over on NASCAR Stop Motion Guy's channel. I've won, ended up winning another race somewhere. Where was it? Oh, I ended up winning a race over on Charlie 7847's channel. I ended up winning a race over on Trent Dunham's channel. So, yeah, I have won races in other series, not including mine. Next question is Megalester3, aka Michael Harvey. Will you live for 1,000 years? Well, if I do, I'll be sure you'll be the first one to know. If I do live for 1,000 years, I'll be sure and call you up. Next question, will the Snickers Cup Series be around in 2032? If the rapture doesn't happen, if Jesus Christ doesn't come to take his church home, well, then, yeah, the NNSCRA will be around in 2032. And last question, will Dale Jr. win 3 championships? Honest, blunt answer, no. I think that Dale Jr. has gotten a lot of pressure put on him based on the fact that his father was Dale Earnhardt Sr., the guy who won 7 championships, and I think that Jr.'s had a lot to have to live up to, and everybody expects him to be just like his dad. Well, he's not his dad. He's Junior. He's not Senior. And so I don't think Junior is going to get 3 championships. I think he could still get a championship, but at this rate, at this time of his life, if he hasn't got 1, I don't think he's going to get 3. Okay, I got 2 questions here from Dylan Young. They were actually posted out of order, but I'm going to put them both together. Which race do you think Dylan Young will win the Snickers Cup Series and the Mobile One Cup Series? Based on what I've seen Dylan Young be able to do, I think that we should look at him at both Infineon, which is the race coming up in the Snickers Cup Series, and also Talladega. Seems like road courses and restrictor plate tracks are the places he does best at. And his second question, how did you get that intro on the Mobile One Cup Series? Okay, I think he's asking about... I think he's asking about something that I did on the Mobile One Cup Series race at Texas, and I actually posted it last night, because it was posted 15 hours ago, his comment. So, it's called flixpress.com. 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 They have several free things that you can do, and that's where the NNSCRA Q&A session intro that I just had at the beginning of this Q&A session came from. But there are things you can get for free, and some things you actually have to pay $1, $2, $3 for. I go all for the free stuff. I don't want to buy anything. Next question is going to come from Lego Dale Jr. 2488, aka Alexander Dawson. What is your favorite day of the week? Favorite day of the week probably would have to be Saturday. I really like Saturday based on the fact that I am pretty much working on my college work about a good 12 to 14 hours every single day, Monday through Friday. I love it when Saturday comes around. Next question comes from Blue Fox 56, aka James McLeod. What is the best finish you've ever seen in the NNSCRA or any YouTube racing league? Well, for the NNSCRA, best finish that I can think of was last season's finale at Zenjoltis in the Snickers Cup Series. They had been racing 7 wide, 8 wide. I don't even know if they got 9 wide. They probably did the way they were racing. But when did they choose to wreck? Final lap. That was exciting for me, and I was looking everywhere, looking for the championship contenders, seeing who made it through, and that was really an exciting race for me. I also enjoyed commentating the NSCRA 1-year anniversary race, too. Okay, second question from James McLeod. Is your NR 2003 online league still on? Because I just got my multiplayer fixed. A lot of people have been asking me that. It might be. I don't know for certain, though. I've had 2 or 3 different people try and get into my server, and I think there must be something I'm doing wrong, and I don't know what it is, to be able to host it. And so, for right now, it's postponed, but I will let everybody know that has signed up if it is going to be on whenever I get whatever problem is fixed. LeoXXPO, aka Jack Nathan, asks, what's your favorite Major League Soccer team? Well, quite honestly, I don't follow soccer, but based on what I know, probably my favorite soccer team would be Columbus Crew, because I ended up seeing their place, I ended up seeing their stadium and everything when I was in Columbus, so I guess that's my answer to that, Columbus Crew, because I really don't know much about soccer. Next question, Super Toby 84 asks, that's Dylan Schwalber, by the way, why is your NR 2003 online number 52? Very quick answer for that is because, as you know, Casey Mears is my favorite driver right now. In 2007, he drove the number 25 car, and so I have taken his number and switched the 2 numbers from 25 to 52, thus my number 52. Silver Machine 9000, aka Anthony McCurry, asks, who do you think will win the NCGMRS 500? Good question. I don't have a clue. These kind of races, it's very difficult to pick a winner. I can't even pick a winner in my own races, let alone somebody else's, so I'm going to say that I think any one of the 42 starters in the NCGMRS is going to win the race. Yeah. Has the NNSCRA staff ever thought of adding international races to the list? Well, I know that Anthony McCurry does a lot of international races on his NGGMRS series. I never have really toyed with the idea. I think that pretty much now I've come up with the schedule I want to keep going on, but if it turns out that something doesn't work, I may throw an international race in. Big thing with international race tracks, though, is most of them are road courses, and I only like to have one road course in the series, and that, of course, is at Infineon. Final question from Anthony McCurry is, do you prefer mild or spicy Slim Jims? Well, everybody knows I like Slim Jims, obviously. My family all think I'm crazy because I like heat. I like to have really hot, spicy things, and so I would have to definitely say the spicy Slim Jims. Mild is good, but I like that kick. Next question comes from Dylan Tay22, aka Dylan Poteet. If you could choose to have drivers battling for the win at the end of a race, who would they be? Who would you want battling for the win? Quite honestly, I like having, at a track like Zenjoltis or someplace where there's a lot of room to race, all 42 drivers still in it, because then it puts a bit of questioning in your mind of, can somebody make the move? Can somebody get up here and win this thing? It keeps you guessing. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And so, pretty much, that's what I like to have as far as battling for the win. All 42 drivers still in it to win it. And no clue of who's going to win the race until the checkered flag comes down. Second question, what are your thoughts about my series and the upcoming NNSCRA X-Side Batteries Truck Series? Well, I very much like Dylan Poteet's channel and his races. There are a lot of guys whose races I like, and I watch them all the time. And Dylan Poteet, you're right up there with him. And as far as the NNSCRA X-Side Batteries Truck Series, I actually was talking with Dylan Poteet last night, asked him what mod he's using. It's the Craftsman Truck Series 09 mod. It's going to be coming in the summer. And a thing about the Craftsman Truck Series 09 mod, I have commentated races with that mod, and those trucks are so low to the ground, they've got tremendous grip that it's going to bring about some really exciting truck series racing. No doubt about that, and I know that other commentators who have the Craftsman Truck Series 09 mods in their series probably think the same thing. Last question from Dylan Poteet. Who do you think is the better driver overall, Jeff Gordon or Jimmy Johnson? Honest opinion. Well, kind of pains me to say this because I don't really care for him, but Jimmy Johnson is the better driver. Jeff Gordon has seemed to fade from view as far as being up there winning races, or if he is up there, he ends up having things just go absolutely berserk. I thought that with the change of Alan Gustafson on his war wagon that maybe Gordon would do better this season. Not going to be the case. Jimmy Johnson is the future of NASCAR, unfortunately. I know there's a lot of Jimmy Johnson fans that are hating me right now. Okay, next question. It's going to come from Tim R387, aka Tim Walsh. Are you into football or baseball? If so, what are your favorite teams? Yes, I am into both sports. Football, I used to be a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and then they ended up taking on Michael Vick, and so I switched from them over to Denver Broncos since they had Tim Tebow, but now that they have let Tim Tebow go over to the New York Jets are my favorite team. And one thing I like about the fact that Tim Tebow's over here with the New York Jets is the fact that I live in New York, so I'm able to get the radio station of the New York Jets games. Ha ha ha. Yes, so lucky. So, New York Jets are my new favorite football team, and I'm hoping that Tebow and Sanchez work well together. Baseball teams. I have a top 3 in that. My all-time least favorite baseball team would have to be the Yankees. I am a minority here in New York. I do not like the Yankees, and so everybody thinks I'm absolutely out of my mind. Anyway, my favorite team, starting with number 3, the Boston Red Sox. I've been a Boston Red Sox fan for quite a long time. But there are 2 teams that actually have taken away the number 1 spot from Boston. And that would be number 2, Tampa Bay Rays. I really like the Rays a lot. I think I started liking the Rays back when they had Gabe Gross on their team, because Gabe Gross was a Christian and Jewish. And so I really liked him. And my number 1 team, everybody's going to go, the Washington Nationals. Yes, indeed. I am a Washington Nationals fan through and through, and a big reason for that is because 2.5 miles away from 2.5 miles. That's good. 2.5 hours away from me is the Syracuse Chiefs in Syracuse, New York. They are the AAA team for the Washington Nationals. I was actually down there this year in April 5th, 2012. Got to actually see Bryce Harper out in center field. Got to see Xavier Paul from the Pirates down there. Actually got a foul ball hit from Mark Teahan's bat. And Mark Teahan, of course, played third base for both the White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. So that was big for me. I actually jumped over 2 rows of seats to get it. I was very sore the next day. Second question. The very first video I watched on your channel started off with a Bible verse. Are you a Christian? If so, what denomination? This, of course, coming once again from Tim Walsh. Yes, I am very much a Christian. I don't think anybody had that in any question. I don't think anybody questioned that because I've tried to pretty much show that I am a Christian. There is no doubt about that. Denomination... Well, my father actually is a retired minister. He was a minister with 3 denominations, the United Methodist Church, the Free Methodist Church, and the Christian and Missionary Alliance. My mother was brought up in the Assembly of God. I would have to say that basically, as far as my denomination as a whole, it would be Pentecostal. I've been brought up in pretty much a Pentecostal type background, and very proud of it, and it goes back for quite a few generations on both my father and mother's side. Okay, last question from Tim Walsh. Do you plan on making any more NNSCRA series in the future? Well, right now I have a total of 7 series going on at this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are NNSCRA. The other 3 are other groups. One is PORWC. One is MFN-SRA, and one is NCG-MRS. So with 7 series going on right now, I'm not planning on making any more series, or starting up any more new series yet. If I end up, if it ends up dwindling down to me having only the 3 that I have right now, for Mobile Ones, Snickers, and Oreo, maybe I would put another series in. But right now, no NNSCRA series is going to be starting. Okay, Randy Orton Fade 2011, aka Aaron Williams or Kevin. How did the NNSCRA get started? I pretty much told that at the beginning with Sean Galgan, NASCAR stop motion guy, pretty much giving me the idea and also helping me get the resources to be able to start up the NASCAR Racing 2003 series, which became known as the NNSCRA. Second question, what is the one thing about the PRWC that you like? Thought long and hard about this. I think the big thing that stands out for me is the fact that Aaron really is, or I don't know if he would mind me calling him Kevin on here, but he really takes seriously this series based on the fact that he's not letting any stone get left unturned. He's not letting multiple series happen in the PORWC. He's making sure that if you're going to join the league, you've got to have a series all your own that nobody else is doing, with a mod all your own that nobody else is doing. Last night, someone was asking if they could do a truck series thing, and he already had a truck series thing, but he didn't have it with a certain mod of a truck series, so he allowed it. And I think that that's a big thing that I like about the PORWC. It's very well organized. Last question from Randy Orton Fade 2011. What school do you go to, the year that you are in, and what do you major in? I am a sophomore right now at Kaiser University. They're online courses. Kaiser University is out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I am majoring in paralegal studies. I'm trying to become a lawyer. So, that's the truth right there. Okay, next question comes from Mr. Stop Motion 88. That is aka Richard Johnson. What is your favorite driver that is not you? Pretty much any driver that is in my series is a favorite driver of mine. I don't really have somebody that stands out as far as a favorite driver, and that's why I really like it when there are different winners that go to victory lane in my series. Second question, what is your best offline racing win? Probably, without a doubt, my all-time favorite win that I've had in the offline series that I've raced in would probably have to be Dylan Poteet's Daytona 500. That's pretty much the big highlight that's ever happened in my career. Last question from Richard Johnson. What is your biggest offline series rival? I can't say I've really had a rival for a good long time. My rival used to be Colin Cropley, but then I blocked him and made sure he couldn't get into my races and everything, and he tried to get a new channel, and then I blocked him again, and so he was my rival, pretty much. He's been my biggest rival. But, I think that, not a rivalry, but I was a little bit upset with Samet Ozkan wrecking me in 2 of Randy Orton Fan 2011's series when I was in contention for the championship in both of those, and the big reason why I was upset with Samet on those 2 occasions was because it was under the caution flag that he wrecked me. And that was the big thing I think that got to me. Okay, next question is going to be from the Muppet fan, Mr. the Muppet fan, aka Max Skinner. What is your favorite mod in the NASCAR Racing 2003? Without a doubt, Bullring 2011. That's my all-time favorite. They've come out with Bullring 2012. They come out with Cups 12. I still like the Bullring 2011. That's my all-time favorite. And the last question is going to come from Super Samet 11, aka Samet Ozkan. Okay, here's his questions. First one: why am I not in the Snickers Cup Series? What? Why am I not in the Snickers Cup Series? He is in the Snickers Cup Series. Samet, you drive the number 52 Crusader Ford. You have qualified your way into one race, and that was actually, you must not have seen it. You have qualified your way into the Snickers Cup Series race last week in California. You finished 14th. I don't know why you didn't see that. And for those of you that don't make the race, you get to see yourself race anyway in the qualifying races. I make sure of that. Second question: why am I not in the race in the Mobile One Cup Series? You were in the Mobile One Cup Series race. Your number 19 Hefty car made the race last week at California. You finished in 10th place. You were outside the top 35 in points, though, so you didn't qualify into the Mobile One Cup Series race last night, but I don't know. Apparently you're not watching my races or something. Third question from Samet Ozkan. This is the final question. What is your NR 2003 download from? Well, my download actually came from fileshare.com, and it was something that I don't think I could find again. I did actually just recently, though, I will tell you, I did something that I never thought I could do. I got Matthew Rodriguez, a lot of you know as Pint-Sized Con 1. Well, I ended up helping him get NR Racing 2003 full version for free not last night, 2 nights ago. And so he'll be starting up a series pretty soon. So that was pretty exciting for me, but I don't, right off the top of my head, remember where I got my NR 2003 download from. Thank you all for your questions. Congrats to those that have been able to get rides in the Oreo Truck Series. Good luck to you all, and thanks for your questions. This has been the NNSCRA Q&A session.